Yo, 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 what's going on? What's going on? Happy Sunday night. Welcome to Empire Jeff TV. I am your host, Empire Jeff, and woo, man, we got ourselves a good NFL Sunday, a good baseball Sunday night. And we got Laker basketball less than 48 hours away. Super excited for that. Super duper excited for that. The NBA is back, man. Baseball World Series is coming up. NFL is getting going. My New York Football Giants actually won a game today, man. So I feel like we almost have, we don't got hope, but I feel like we almost got a little bit of hope. So I'm getting a little excited about that. But how'd your football team do today? Let me know who your team is. Let me know if y'all caught the dub today or caught the L, man, after that last week's game with the Giants and that horrible pass interference missed call, man. We needed this win today for the city, man. We definitely needed that. So shout out to the Giants, man. And shout out to the Rangers for beating the Astros tonight. And we get a game 7 tomorrow night. So that's gonna be exciting. So definitely can't wait for that. So let's tap in with everyone. I got my guy Ox 1947, Joe Sowell from Lakers Fast Break. What's up, brother? Hope you're doing well. I saw your Steelers got a win today, man. That was crazy ending there in the Rams game. Man, I'm not gonna lie, I was pulling for the Rams in that game, but salute to you. Your team got the dub there. That was a crazy ending there, though. Definitely a crazy ending there for sure. Knowledge Born, what's going on? Knowledge, how you doing, man? Good to see you. Appreciate you. Let's go Backpacker Beats. I'm carrying crates of vinyl right now. That's right, man. I'm telling you, I'm adding something to that knowledge. You're going to like it. Trust. You're going to absolutely like it. Trust me. You're going to love it. Festo, what up with you? Thank you for pulling up. Hope you had a good Sunday, man. Thank you for pulling up. I appreciate you. Eric Kwan, what's up, my guy? Thank you for pulling up as well. Hope you're having a good day there. Let's see who else we got. Lakers 60, 1973. What up to you? Thank you for pulling up. Appreciate the support as always. BZ808. Appreciate you showing up as well. Hope you had a good Sunday. Joe Ramirez, appreciate you for pulling up. Good evening to you, my brother. Like I said, hope everyone had a good, safe Sunday and enjoyed their NFL Sunday, man. And yes, I'm absolutely amped for Tuesday's Denver game. Super amped. I know the Lakers are super amped. All that talking that from Denver players, Denver coaches, Denver media people alike, Denver fans, Denver Twitter, Denver YouTube, all those folks from Denver, man, been running their damn mouths. It's like winning the champ. It's like you would think that they beat the Lakers in the NBA championship. Like you would think that it was the Lakers Denver in the finals. Like they have no smoke. They have no taunting. They have nothing from Miami, the team that actually played them in the finals. Like I don't even think they acknowledge that they played them. I don't even think if they remember playing them. Like I think they just can't get past beating the Lakers. And I get it. Like I understand it. Like that was a big deal, man. You beat LeBron James. You beat the Lakers. You swept the Lakers. But damn. at least act like you care that you won the ring more than beating the Lakers. That is just nuts to me, man. Man, Nico Orle, what's up with you, man? Thank you for pulling up. I appreciate you. Hope you had a good Sunday, man. Appreciate you pulling up. Let's see. Big L to the Chicago Bears, man. Yeah, man. The Bears, man. The Bears, man. I look around the league and I'm sitting there and I'm like, man, my Giants, man, they're driving me nuts. And I just think about some other teams. I'm like, damn, could be worse. Could be worse. I'm not necessarily saying the Bears. I'm just saying the NFL, man, it's got a lot of bad teams. And that's the beauty about the NFL, though, is any given Sunday, a bad team can catch you. You know what I mean? They can get you. They can take you down. And that loss can hurt you at the end of the season. So every game is great, man. I still love the Sunday ticket. I'm still getting used to the YouTube portion of it. It's not the best when you're on the go and watch it on the phone or you're going to someone's house and you're streaming it to their TV. They got some issues with that. I miss the direct TV Sunday ticket, but I'm still grateful to be able to watch the games, though. Them birds cooked my fish. Man, it was man. You know what? The officiating has gotten so bad in the NFL. Like, I don't help me out, Chad. I can't remember a time where the officiating. We've had bad games. We've had bad playoff calls. We've had horrible calls. But I'm talking like, man, it's like every time there's a play, like let's say your defense just plays great. And they get a stop on third down. I'm a good like 5 to 7 seconds before I celebrate the play. I'm like looking for flags. I'm just automatically assuming a flag is coming. Like the flag ratio and just I don't know what's going on, but it just makes the games really hard to watch. It just destroys it. And it's like, you'll get a play, you'll get a huge. Even the defense is waiting. Like, okay, is there a flag? They're looking around the field before they even celebrate their play. And I just think, man, the NFL got to get their shit together with that because Like we can't even celebrate. Like what's it gonna be? You're gonna see like a goal line stop at the 1 yard line for the win in the Super Bowl. And there's gonna be like a 10-second delay for people to wait to see if there's a damn flag on the field. And I'm like, come on, refs, get it together, zebras. Man, this is nuts. Let's go, Texas. Beat the Cheetahs. Yeah, Joe, they went for that, man. Get these Houston trash trolls out of here, man. The Houston asterisks. Man, get them out of here, man. I'm still tight about that, man. 2017 was ours, man. The Dodgers got hosed. Damn trash can lids, man. I don't even want to own trash cans after that shit, man. That shit still got me pissed. Hey, you're welcome, man. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. That EJ is sticking, huh? I saw that pop up. You guys, I don't know. That happened the other day. That just stuck. I'm with it, though. I'm with it. Easier to say, huh? Western Conference Finals was the NBA Finals last year. Yeah, it absolutely was. And if you let the Denver Nuggets tell it, man, they're gonna sit back and make it seem like that it was. Like I said, they didn't even bring up Miami. They're not over there trolling Pat Riley. They're not over there trolling Mickey Harrison. They're not over there trolling the Cocaine Cowboys. I mean, maybe that's why. Maybe they don't want the cartels after them. I don't know what it is, but they just acting like beating the Lakers was like they didn't have a whole nother series after that. Like that's just wild, man. Super wild. I can't wait for the Lakers to get up there in Canada and make them account for that. I hope they really do. Hey, Dante, what's up with you, man? You're to you as well. Appreciate you for pulling up. Hope you had a good Sunday, man. Let's see. We about to ruin ring night for the Nuggets, man. I hope so, man. There's a false narrative out there. A lot of people will say that was a narrative about 10 years ago, but Twitter and internet is usually late to pick up on a trend that everyone else has said and they run with it like it's their own idea. But that ring night theory is kind of overrated. It's not really true. If you just go and look back at the last over 5-7 years of ring nights, there's not a lot of dudes who have lost. I know the Lakers did when they got their ring. Not a ton of ring night losses, man. And not what the narrative will have you believe. But I really think the Lakers can get this game. I really think the Lakers will get this game. And I really think that Anthony Davis is going to go ballistic out there, man. And he's going to pull the Joker out the deck, man. I just really think AD is going to come for them. I think AD is going to go for it, not only in this game, but this season. And I'm curious, Chad, let me see. We got Bron, we got AD. What role player you think is going to step up the most in game one of the season? Kind of set the tone to let the league know that this Laker team is deep. We got Bron and AD's back, and you got to worry about me too. What role player do you think is going to go up there and get busy in Denver? Let me hear what you guys think about that. Umpires can't call balls and strikes. Yeah, that was even bad too, man. I saw I think it was Montero on the mound in the top of the ninth. Montero was on the mound. And he went up there, like the first batter he faced, like the first two pitches were like a good 1.5 feet off the plate, and the umps just kept calling strikes on it. Like the hitter can't even get to that. It was a right-handed bat. That would have damn near hit a left-handed batter, and they're calling them strikes. I'm like, how do you expect the hitter to even swing at that ball, make contact with that ball? It's just crazy to me. It's just a bad day for officiating overall today, man. It was crazy. Tonight's officials were horrible. Yeah, I mean, I'm telling you, man, there were so many games today. So many. The NFL's got to get this taken care of, man, because I don't want to go too deep on this, but it's really, really bad. Like I'm telling you, like you guys know, you're watching your team and you get a stop on defense and you can't even celebrate because you know a flag's coming. You know a flag is coming, even if it's like not deserved. You just feel it's coming because they want the offense to continue. They want to keep offenses on the field. That seems to be the mandate from the league, and they're doing it. But it just really sucks because it just completely demoralizes defense, man. And it just, if the penalties are crazy, we're used to seeing like the Cowboys, we're used to seeing the Raiders, like all these just endless penalties. But teams that didn't typically get penalties are getting laced with penalties left and right, and it's crazy. Do you think Norman Powell can start if he was on? I think Norman Powell can start for a lot of teams, but I think he's best off the bench, man. He's a walking, talking bucket off the bench. I like Norm, but I feel like if you're a team and you got Norm coming off your bench and you got 5 solid starters that stay healthy and play every game, and that's not the Clippers, but if you got a really solid starting 5 with some good players and you got Norm coming off your bench, you've got a solid team. So I really like Norm. I don't like the team he's on, but I like Norm. I think he can hoop. I think he's a bucket a minute type of dude. And like he had a really great playoffs. He's a solid player. But I think he could start for a lot of teams around the league. But I think he's best served off the bench because he's just like a bucket a minute, man. Pat's won, but NFL is so ugly that I'm already for NBA. Refs trying to get their own midseason tournament. Yeah, it is. Man, I'm not a Patriots fan, but I am happy that the hoodie got to basically tell everyone to shut up. You know what I mean? He's still, I understand he was getting waxed and they were getting worked, and I think it was looking like maybe this might be his last year in New England, and it still might. But he's an all-time great. I'm glad I got to see him coach. And I hate to see anyone go out like that. So I'm happy he was able to I was happy for him tonight, man, because like I said, that's not my team, but Belichick, man, that's a god, man. So you don't want to see him go out like that. Hey, Chow Lee, thanks for pulling up. I appreciate you. Hope you had a good Sunday. Thank you for pulling up. I appreciate the support. NFL fix these games to keep the games close. The NFL. Yeah, Joe, man. I mean, it'd be really hard to argue that it would be really hard to argue that point. And I don't know if they're trying to inflate fantasy numbers. I don't know if they're trying to just keep viewers glued in for the offense or the casual fan, or if they're messing with some Vegas stuff. Like, I don't know what it is. I just know for a long time, NFL fans, it's horrible. Okay, I get why you're trying to take away stuff that causes injuries and keep guys on the field. It's not the game we grew up watching. It's not our fathers or grandfathers NFL. I'm okay with that, like, to a point. But I'm okay with not allowing the helmet to helmet. I'm okay with not letting them go for the quarterback's knee. I'm okay with all that. But when I'm telling you, Joe, man, my guy, you know it, bro. You know it. You know that when you get a stop on third down, you cannot celebrate it. You have to wait for the flag. It's coming. It's coming. You know it is, and it's annoying. What's Hero's value, future all-star or just a six-man type player? Kane Carter, that's a good question. I think Hero can be a guy that can go get you buckets. I think Hero can hit clutch buckets. But when it comes to Hero, what else does he really give you? Is he out there getting a bunch of assists? Is he able to guard the other guy? Does he get a bunch of rebounds? What does he bring to you if he's not scoring, right? So I think that limits him. So I think a guy like that is probably good for a six-man. You bring him off the bench, he can get you buckets. And he can finish a game for you if he's going. I like Tyler Hero. I think he's a good player. And I just don't know. I don't know if teams around the league value him as high as Miami does. And I know he makes $30 million a year, which seems inflated right now. But, a year or two from now, that contract isn't going to look too bad. And so I think he'll have value. But if I'm a good NBA team, like a good championship contending NBA team, then Tyler Hero would have to be like a fourth or fifth best player on the team. And sometimes you don't always start your five best players. You want to have a good guy coming off the bench. So if Tyler Hero is playing for a team that's just not contending, then yeah, he's a starter. He can get buckets. But if you're a team that's contending for a championship and you got Tyler Hero, you got to hope that he's your fourth, fifth best player. And at that point, I probably would bring him off the bench. Because like I said, he's not really giving you anything else over than offense. And if he's off, and he's a chucker too, he can also shoot you out of a game. So good player. Kind of sounds like I'm coming off as hating, but I'm not. I do like him. But I think he is limited, to be honest with you. Oh, Hayes, you think so? Okay, we're getting to the point. I know I asked this question a little while ago. So Hayes is a good one. I think Hayes. So it's funny, right? We were talking. We did some shows earlier. And we were saying the guys that could potentially be, would potentially miss out on minutes or get lost in the shuffle. I've always said Cam Reddish. I know a lot of people hear the name, and they Laker Nation here's the name versus not the player, and they think the Lakers are going to unlock Cam Reddish, and I just don't see it happening. So I think that we were talking about guys that might get lost in the shuffle. I always said Cam, but then people were coming out saying Taurean Prince and Jackson Hayes. Where are they going to get their minutes? Where are they going to play? Then Chad, I'm telling you, those guys had great preseasons. They have to play now. I mean, they put in the work. They've got the attention. The coaching staff has noticed the work they put in, the efforts, and the success that they've had. And I wouldn't be surprised. Hayes is going to be needed in that game. So I wouldn't be surprised if Hayes has a good game out the gate. That's a good take. That's a good take. Let's see. Flash. Thank you for pulling up too. Flashing. I appreciate you. Thank you for the support. Prince looks good. Prince absolutely looks good. Prince can hit some shots. He's out there. He's a vet. He's not going to get too high. He's not going to get too low. If his shot isn't working, he's going to try to find other ways to impact wins. He can defend. He's not as great a defender as people think he is. I've heard a lot of people talk like he's a 3-and-D wing, like he's a lockdown defender. He is not. But he's a good player. I'm glad we got him. He's a value contract. But I still stand on this, and I will stand on this hill. I will die on this hill until I'm proven otherwise. I still believe Vando will be the starter when he's back healthy. I really do. I think Prince has been playing great. I think he's earned that spot for now. And I agree with Darvin Ham about Rui coming off the bench and how he can score and impact the game and impact the team, better that way. I agree with that. But I do think that Vando goes back to the starting lineup if and when he comes back healthy. But yeah, Prince has potential to have a good opening game. That's a good take. D'Lo and Prince. Yeah, I'm excited for D'Lo here, Beezy. D'Lo's a wild card for us, man. I think Bron, AD, Reeves. I think Rui's gonna have a solid year. Like D'Lo, I think will have a solid year, but this has to extend into like April, May, June. You know what I mean? So if the Lakers, if they have title aspirations, D'Lo is gonna be a big part of that. So no way to kick that off than to back up the stellar preseason he's had with a great opening night, right? If D'Lo goes in there and drops like 20 plus and he's efficient and he's out there running around and those guys aren't just killing him on defense, and he gets a couple steals and he does some things to impact. I really think that D'Lo is the key to this season, like majorly, really do, really do. AR 15, yeah, child, that's a safe one. That's a safe bet. I think it's safe to think AR. AR was already getting him for 20 a game when they played them last time. I know we got swept, yada yada yada. I know that, I get that, but he's proven he could score on Denver. So it wouldn't surprise me to see Austin have a good game. But for me, a good game for Austin isn't 20 plus, or 25 points or a 30-point game. That's not a good game for Austin. It's a great scoring game for Austin. But for the Lakers to be effective and to get the wins, I think like a great game for Austin is like 13, 14, maybe 15 points. His assists are higher. His production, his efficiency, and him in the clutch. He's big, man. So I think like if Austin, I'd much rather have D'Lo get 20 plus than Reeves, because Reeves does so many other things to impact winning, where D'Lo, if he's cooking, man, offensively, the Lakers are just a different team, especially when he's hitting those, man, just pull up threes on the run on the, man, I just love those, man. So Reeves, I think, will play well, but like I said, D'Lo, if he's out there playing and he has like 7 points, he doesn't impact the game the same. Whereas like Reeves cannot score a single point and impact the game. Reeves can score 10 points and impact the game. And Reeves at times can go for 30. He's not going to average anywhere near that. But Reeves, he can get you for 18, 19, 20 plus and hit some clutch buckets. But I think we're better like if he's in the 15-point range, like max. I would much prefer D'Lo being a higher scorer than Reeves, because that just means that he's a threat out there. And he's making other guys on the team play defense on the other side. AR-15 is not a role player. Well, I mean, I don't know. That's an interesting debate there. I mean, I guess it's just my take. I think that anyone outside of Bron and AD on this team is a role player. You got your 2 stars and everyone plays a role. He's a starter, but, there's role players in the starting lineup too. I don't think AR is a star. So I would have him as a role player, though. I really would. I think, like I said, I think it's Bron. I think it's AD. And then you have maybe higher tiers of role players like D'Lo, Reeves, Rui, probably right in there, and the rest of them a little like lesser of a role player. But I think it comes down to what your criteria for a role player is. Mine is a non-star. So he's a starter. He's a very good player, but I think Bron and AD obviously are the 2 stars on the team. And because of that, I would have AR-15 as a role player, honestly. Who's next here? Let's see. Joe Ramirez, how do you feel about our starting 5 on Tuesday? I like it because of the way that Prince has been playing. I know we're going to be facing Joker, and I know they have the size, but the Lakers seem to be sacrificing their offensive rebound and focusing on transition defense. So if their scoring is up and the transition defense is better, you can offset that. So if they're scoring more and they're making the team take the ball out of bounds and their defense is set and your transition is good, they can offset that. So I'm okay with them being a little bit smaller as long as they push pace and they're able to score. So that's going to be important. But Taurean Prince has played his way into the starting lineup. Like I said, I don't think that's permanent, but he's earned it, and I'm happy to see him. And like I said, Lakers got him on an absolute steal value contract. They aren't in it with Vegas. They just keep the games close to create excitement. It's bullshit. Yeah, the NFL big tripping, Joe, big tripping, and it's making it really hard to watch, man. It really is. Like it really is a struggle. You have to kind of have to expect it now and set your expectations to like when you're watching this game that you just know this is going to happen. It's like when you're watching a YouTube video, you don't pay for the premium or whatever. You're watching a YouTube video, you just know the commercial's coming and it's going to be at a good point of the video at a part you want to see, and you got to wait those whatever seconds to get to the next thing. That's what the NFL is doing to us, man. They're forcing commercials on us. It's crazy. Hey, Lakers World Order. Salute to you, my guy, Angry Lakers fan. Appreciate you for pulling up. Thank you for the support. Make sure you go over and check out Lakers World Order. Give my man a sub if you haven't already. He goes live every game. Go check him out. And you see Joe Shower on the chat here, man. You see Ox1947. He's part of the team over there at Lakers Fast Break. Great guys over there. Great content. Great show. They just launched some merch over there. So go check them out. Lakers Fast Break. A lot of you in the chat over here, from the chat over there. So, so thank you for keeping it moving. Great show. Great guys. You can find me over there as well. It's kind of like my Airbnb of these YouTube streams. I'm always popping up and staying over there with those guys, getting on some live. So go check me out over there. Check them out over there. Great program over there. Trust me, you guys will rock with it. Ken Carter says, bruh, Ty Lue, low-key overrated dude, had Robert Covington and played the shit out of Morris knowing he trash. They get death cost in the playoffs, not gonna lie. Yeah, Kane, there was a weird situation with Morris last year. But even Morris got bugged out and dipped out. Remember, he took a leave of absence for the team for some time. And yeah, the thing, I don't know what Rocco did, man. I don't know if he tried to get at Ty's wife. I don't know if I don't know what happened. That seemed a little personal to me. I don't know how you have a two-way player like Rocco just sitting there on your bench. He's not a scrub. I don't know what happened. He just couldn't get like any minutes. And the guy that they protected, like they're guarding him like he's a 17, 18-year-old Kobe Bryant and Terrence Mann, that they refused to trade him for anyone. He even put him out of the rotation a little bit too at times, but then they refused to trade him. So like the Clipper situation is a little goofy, a little weird. I don't know what's going on over there. But there's definitely talent on that team. I think Ty Lue is a good coach. But it's just I don't know all the semantics over there. I've heard some craziness over there, and I'm not going to go down that path because it involves some of the players' families and people kind of overstepping. But outside of that, like I think the Clippers got some personnel issues. I think the chemistry is a problem over there. I don't think everyone's playing for each other over there. I think Kawhi is a little frustrated with some of the players and kind of their circle and kind of butting in more than they should. And I know for a fact some of the Clippers front office is up to the point of Jerry West too. So there's a little dynamic over there that seems to be affecting the Clippers. And like I said, you start putting two and two together, you can figure it out. But I'm not going to drop the name on that. Yo, my man, Cuba, man. If something goes wrong, it's going to be Cuba's fault. But aside from that, go check out Rundown Productions, my guy. Go ahead, hit him with a sub. Go check out his content and go over there, support Cuba. Something will always go wrong, and it's entertaining. So good luck tomorrow, man. I know your Niners play Monday night. Go get them there, Cuba. I can't wait for Tuesday. Hey, Carlos, me neither. Cannot wait for Tuesday. Let me show you guys something, man. I'm excited about this. I haven't talked about this on my own show. Let me hit y'all with this real quick. So Dan, the Laker fan, and I, man, you know the GOAT, Dan, the Laker fan, man. We have signed a 1-year deal, 1-season deal, to do live Lakers content on the PSF Pro Sports Fans app, where we will be doing live Laker games, at least 7 games a month, and at least 1 show per week. So it's a new platform, up and coming startup. They've got some guys over there ready. They got some shows going off already. But me and Dan are going to headline the Lakers one. We're going to be the prime time of the Lakers over there. So make sure to check us out. Our first game will be Tuesday night. We won't be doing it on YouTube. It will be on the PSF app. So you can go to the App Store and get the app if you're on Android and Google Play. Going to get PSF, punch that into your App Store, download it, and then go to the Lakers chat, and then you'll be able to catch us there on Tuesday night. My ad on there is Empire Jeff. Dan, the Lakers fan, is the same as it is everywhere else. You can find him over there as well. Like I said, me and Dan are excited about it. We can't wait to get over there and call these games. So first game we're doing is Tuesday night, the opening game for the Los Angeles Lakers versus the Denver Nuggets. They're on the PSF app. And like I said, we've signed a 1-year deal over there for the season. So we'll be doing a minimum of 7 games a month and at least 1 show per week. And we'll probably be more than that as we figure through it. And it's kind of cool because it's they've got everything in the app where you can like not only just watch us what we're talking about the game, you can check live betting, live stats, like all the information you need within one app. You don't got to bounce around. So it's kind of cool to start up. They're building they're talking some really cool things out there. Me and Dan will probably be on site at Crypto for some games. So we're super excited about it. So make sure to check out the PSF app and support your boys over there. We appreciate it. But yeah, Carlos, absolutely. And thank you for pulling up and thank you for the support. But I am absolutely excited and cannot wait for Tuesday as well. What would you say is the big diff between Wood and Kuzma? That's a good question. That's a good question, Kane. I would say that Wood, I don't have any numbers up, so I'm just going off the top of my head and what I've seen. I would say that Wood is more of a threat to shoot from 3. Defenses will pay more attention to him, which will create more space for Bron and AD. I will say that he is longer and taller than Kuzma. He has the ability to block more shots than Kuzma. Kuzma at times was a more willing defender, but maybe not as skilled, whereas Wood has more skills, but wasn't as willing. So I think if on this team, if Christian Wood buys in, and I've seen him do this before in the past when he wasn't the top 1 or 2 player on the team, I've seen Christian Wood play defense when he wants to. I've seen it. So, I would say the difference is Christian Wood is more of a threat for 3, which will create more space. He can get to the rim better than people think too, and with minimal dribbles and steps. His length and he's just got more ability than Kuz. I think Christian Wood is a very skilled player. Kuz is just a high energy, but he's high usage, and Kuz probably needs more shots for his game to be effective, where Christian Wood doesn't. Kuz can go for 40, but Kuz is going to need a lot of shots. And I just think Wood can do more. I think he can be a better rebounder, better shot blocker, better deterrer, obviously better shooter from three. All those are perfect for this team. But I like Kuz, I really do. He doesn't clear Kuzma, but I think that for this team and what they're doing, I think it's a better fit. And that's how I would put the difference between the two. There is how I would split the difference there. I appreciate the question. In your eyes, what would you say the best version of Rui would be? Honestly, the best version of Rui would be just to grow and to continue to build on his play from last year. Maybe more threes, because he seems to be lethal at times from there. Get more threes, get more active in that, and then use his ability and his upper body strength, and to kind of get guys to bank off of him, and he's going to the rim. Like he can get to the rim and bang on people, man. So I'd like to see Rui just mix up a little more combination, like be a little bit more assertive. Get out there and draw some fouls on people. Get to the free throw line. Get some ones. Let those threes fly. Get out there and push the pace. Get out there and run. Get some fast break buckets and dunks to get the crowd going. So I would say Rui, just to continue his ascent from last year, to continue his breakout from last year, just continue to grow that and continue to do it. But I think Rui played so well last year after we got him, and he could just continue to grow. If he could just continue that pace of growing, then I think that's what I would expect from him. Hey, thank you, Flashing. Appreciate you. Reeves is a role player. Yeah, I believe Reeves is a role player. Like I said, it's just again, it comes down to what your criteria for a role player is. To me, a role player is a non-star. You can be a starter and be a role player in my criteria. Like I said, people can view it how they like. But to me, your star, you have your stars, you have your role players, and you have basically like your practice players. You know what I mean? So are guys that are just, if someone gets hurt, then they get in. You don't really count on them as much. You could have very good role players, extremely good role players, but they're still role players. Like the Derek Fishers of the world, the Robert Ory's of the world. Like those guys were role players. They were very good role players, but they were role players. And that's where I have Reeves, D'Lo, Rui. Like those guys are role players to me. Do you plan to go to any games this year, Jeff? Yes, I do. I do. I'm definitely going to be going as a spectator, as a fan, and I'm hoping to go professionally as well. So definitely, I usually set a goal to try to go to at least, there's 41 home games a season. I try to set a goal to go to at least 10 games a year, if I can. But with this season having to do 7 games a month for PSF and the YouTube commitment, stuff like that, I'm going to try to do it as many as I can. But I'm hoping that professionally I'll be able to go more, which will mean that I'll still be able to do the work while being there, and it's two birds with one stone. So definitely, I love going to Laker games, Dodger games. I just have Kings games. I just love going to arenas. I love being around the games, being around fans, and just talking sports and watching greatness play out, right? And we're coming down to the end of Bron's career here, so I like to try to see him play as often as much as I can. But those Laker tickets, they're not friendly on the wallet, man. They're expensive as hell. So I definitely try to go, and I get some corporate seats. Sometimes people kick me down. So like I said, I go probably at least 10 games a year. I hope to go to more this year though, for sure. Melo to me is kind of disappointing all time. He could have been better on defense, and he give you double all night, but he cared too much about scoring. We'll never forgive him for ruining Lynn's sanity. Yeah, can you make a point? He couldn't seem to accept Jeremy Lin. There was a jealousy there of the attention he was getting. Obviously, Lynn's sanity was not a better player than Carmelo Anthony, but Melo didn't recognize it at the time that this guy could help you win. Just ride the wave, try to let him go out there and score, take some of the pressure off you, but. When you're in New York City and the media is just glamoring over this kid at the time and taking your shine, like Melo didn't seem to be too happy with that. And I do get where you're coming from. Like if Melo, and Kobe talked about that. Kobe had often said that he felt that Melo could be one of the greatest of all time if he made more commitment to a defensive, to defensive rebounding. And that's why when we saw when he really linked up with Kobe in those 2008 Olympics, when Kobe was talking about all that defensive rebounding stuff that it takes to win, because that's basically why they lost to the Celtics in the 2008 NBA Finals. And Kobe was sold and convinced after that that's why Kobe went into the Olympics and was just locked in on defense. And I don't know how many of you watched the 2008 Olympics, but outside that final game where Kobe took over and took him home, Melo was the best player on that team in the 2008 Olympics. Like Olympic Melo was incredible. And in the NBA though, Melo just, he was convinced that you get paid and you get in the Hall of Fame by scoring buckets. And the thing is, he could play defense when he wanted to. If you remember after that trade, when he went to New York, a couple games in, I don't know how many games. I want to say it was less than 5 games after the trade. They had Chauncey Billups. They had Carmelo. They went down to Miami and they got a win. And Melo was taking the challenge of guarding LeBron in the final few possessions of that game, and he did a great job defensively because he wanted to. He was locked in, and Melo in his own way is a physical specimen as well. I think people forget just how big and strong Melo is. He played like. He played like he was a perimeter based player a lot, like later in his career. But Melo used to get in the post, and he would do some dirty work down there, but not on defense. But when he got to the Knicks and they went down and they were facing Braun and them in Miami, there was a game. It was an ESPN game, and I believe it was a Sunday night game, if my memory serves me correctly. And he went down there. New York got the win, and Melo took on the challenge of guarding LeBron down the stretch of that game, and that was the most locked in I had seen Melo in a long time. Doris Burke said Reeves would be on her USA team in 2024 because he would fit. Would you agree to have Reeves on your team? Hey, Dung, thank you for pulling up. Appreciate you. Hope you're having a good Sunday. And actually, yes, I would. Because in your 11th and 12th player on an Olympic team, or let's say 8th through 12th player on an Olympic team, which is what Austin Reeves should be, I knew this Olympic team was in trouble. This FIBA team was in trouble this past summer because if Austin Reeves is your third best player on a national team, then your team is in trouble, right? I love Austin. I love AR. He's a great player and he's a good player, great role player, but he's not the third best player on a FIBA team. That's crazy. So yeah, I could see him, at the end of there, just being on there as being someone that's already played there, great team guy, a guy that would be great to work on in practice. I could see him going out there in 2024, not as a featured player. He would get nowhere near the minutes he got in FIBA, but I could definitely see him, and he would be a good teammate for those guys. And Austin's out there recruiting for the Lakers, so I say send him to every Olympic, get him out there. Kane said, in your opinion, why didn't Bynum reach his potential? His knees, just injuries. And Bynum, to be honest, didn't love basketball that much. Yeah, I think people forget that Bynum didn't start playing basketball until his junior year of high school. He didn't really have love for the game. He was just really tall. He was really big. And, you can feed your family off that, right? So he put in some work. He didn't love it. He was not showing up or missing or showing up late to these workouts with Kareem when they were trying to work on him. With Kareem was working with the Lakers coaching staff when Bynum when he got here. And really what it was is just he didn't love the game. He just didn't love it. He played it. He took the money. And like he always said, there's ATMs in every state. I'll play anywhere. But he didn't really have any pride. It didn't seem like he didn't love it too much. He had some great games and he had great potential, but he just never reached it. Mainly because of injuries, but also because he just didn't have the love for the game. It wasn't in him. But he had the potential. He just didn't seem to have that. And then the injuries, you just pile all up, and you just got a guy who had a short-term career, got paid, took care of his family, and had to dip. Hey, Jeff, how you doing? Hey, Bree Love, I'm great. How are you? Hope you're having a good Sunday. Thank you for pulling it up. I appreciate the support. Thank you. And yes, please like and sub. Appreciate that. Please appreciate that. Let's see where we're at right now. As you know, our next goal is 500 subs, and we are currently sitting at 416, currently sitting at 20 likes for the video. So if you're here and you have not already, please give the video a like. And if you have not already, please please subscribe to the channel. Like, share, subscribe, and tell your friends about the channel. We're trying to grow it. Like I said, the next goal is 500. We're getting closer by the day. So I appreciate anyone who's tuning in, whether it's your first time or you've been here before and you haven't subbed up yet. Give your boy a sub, man. We appreciate it. Thank you, Bree. Appreciate you. Oh yeah, so yeah, Search's not in here today. I don't know where Search is at today. So tell us what happened going on with the Clippers. I can't. So I can't tell you the full because that just wouldn't be the right thing to do. You got to respect your contacts. You got to respect your people. You can't put it out there when people tell you it's off the record or when they tell you between me and you. What I told you is about all I could say. I can't go into further detail without exposing the person that told me, so I can't do that. But I will say this, and this person will be comfortable with me saying this, is that this will come out. What I'm talking about will come out. Some of it is already kind of just people haven't caught it. You got to pay attention a little bit to catch it, but I can't do it. I can't put it out there. I don't want to burn my people. I don't want to burn my sources. It's not just a source, it's a friend, and I don't want to burn my friend like that. So wish I could, just can't. But yeah. Let's see here. I'm doing good, Brie. I'm doing good. Hope you are as well. The PS5 app. I don't know if it's on PS5. PS5 got an app store. I ain't touched the PlayStation in man, I can't remember the last time I even looked to play the video game, bro. Just don't even know. Never was much of a gamer. I was always outside, but PS5, yeah, PSF Cuba. Come on, man. If something gonna go wrong, it's gonna go wrong with Cuba, man. With the PSF app, or you can go to psf.app and get all the information there. But yeah, support your boys, man. Pull up. It's big for us, man. We have this could be crazy potential. This app could really go places. It's a startup, and with that, you just got to work through that. But with their mission and their goal is exciting, and everything that they're planning to do isn't even really on the app yet, but it's good enough for now, trust me. And it's you pull up and you get to watch your we're called media casters over there, so you get to watch me and Dan do the shows, do the Laker games and some more shows. And like I said, man, me and Dan love working together on around the league with Chris and Amise and everyone else who's joined the panel over there. Now you get us for 7 games a month. So definitely take advantage of that. Get the PSF app and pull up and support your boys. We'd appreciate it. What would it take for you to wear a Boston Celtic jersey? Oh man, Dung. I wouldn't even wear a Boston Celtics jersey on St. Patrick's Day, and I'm Irish for the most part. So probably would never wear it. But as far as what it would take, you know what? You know what? Like legends, like I wouldn't wear a current player because I wouldn't support, like I wouldn't be rooting for that team, right? But a legend is a legend. Like I said, if I ever wore a Celtics jersey, it would be Larry Bird, like Bill Russell. It'd be a legend. It wouldn't be anyone that's playing right now. And it would be like, if I'm but still wearing a jersey. I don't wear a lot of jerseys to begin with. So what it would take to wear, probably losing a bet or going to God forbid if something tragic happened and you're supporting and stuff like that. So I'll tell you this though, I know a lot of Celtics fans, and I know a lot of people from Boston, and a lot of people who rock Magic's jersey and Kobe's jersey, and they show love. Believe it or not, they're not all of them are to the extent of what you think. And so yeah, if it's a go, like if it's one of their legends, like if I lost a bet like that, I don't know if I could rock like a Paul Pierce KG jersey, man. That would sting a little bit too much. I don't know if I could do it. Hey, Giovanni Ramirez, thank you for pulling up. I appreciate you. 2023, 2024 NBA season is almost here. Go Lakers. That's right. I cannot wait for Tuesday night. I can't wait. I'm super excited, man. The NBA is here. It's the best time of the year for sports, man. You got the NBA is about to kick off. Preseason is done. Regular season is coming. You got baseball heading into the World Series, another game probably for each league. And you got the World Series. You got the NFL, right? And get into the thick of things. You got college football going. Like, you got everything right now. You can get home, like, whether it's any day during the week or during the weekend, you put on your TV and you got so many sporting events right now. And it's the best part of the year as a sports fan. Baseball's almost out of here. For those of you that watch hockey, that gets popping too around this time of the year. So we got bowl games right around the corner. NFL, these NFL games will start to become more important by the week. So this is the best time for sports. So I'm super excited, especially with the Los Angeles Lakers kicking off their season on Tuesday. JG, thank you for pulling up. I appreciate you. Oh, yeah, man, I saw you on a dad show, the last one. Like I said, you got good initials. Those are my initials right there, too. Thank you for pulling up. I appreciate you. Hope you like what you see here on the channel. Like I said, if you haven't subbed already, please do so. I think you might have been one of the ones that said you subbed when I was on the Dan show. So appreciate you for pulling up, and I thank you. And like I said, I'm usually on here a couple times a week. I'm trying to get more going. I'll be on more now once the season starts. But between here and, like I said, me and Dan on the PSF app, go check us out by calling the games. And thank you for pulling up, JG. I appreciate you. I'm happy to see my Lakers on Tuesday, the new season. Let's go, Empire. Jeff, let's go, Lakers. Yes, sir, Giovanni. I'm telling you, I can't wait. Super excited. Super duper excited. Can't wait for it. Big baby. How's it going, man? What's up, my G? Hope you're doing well. I know Big Baby got himself an injury over there, man. So let's pray for Big Baby, man. Let's keep him in your thoughts. He's injured right now. He's going through it. You're gonna pull through, brother. Trust me. It's one of those times. But you got Laker basketball around the corner. That's going to cheer you up. I know your Chargers ain't going to cheer you up. I know that, but hold your head up, my guy. I know it's a struggle now being injured. I've been there, man. I've had some back-to-back injuries when I was like seeing light at the end of the tunnel. I'm like, okay, I'm about to be back, and then boom, something else. So I've been there, man. It's frustrating, more mental than anything, but you'll get through it. You got the season coming up. Just focus on that, and you're just gonna unload on your content when that gets going, man. So happy to see you. Hope you're doing well. What's your Wingstop order? FYI, do not order Cajun meal. So yeah, I don't rock with the Cajun. My Wingstop order, let's see. I love the lemon pepper. I love the mango habanero. Let's see what else. I love the I love the Korean Q. Korean Q is super slept on. And let's see. And if we're in different markets, sometimes they test different flavors, right? So But the lemon pepper is a goated one over there. Of course, buffalo, regular buffalo, barbecue. I don't really like the Hawaiian ones. I don't like the Cajun ones. But probably the Korean Q, the regular buffalo, lemon pepper, mango habanero, and there's one I'm missing. I said barbecue. There's one I'm missing. There was like a chili lime one time around my way, and I don't like their garlic parmesan as much as I like the ones at B Dubs. So like those are different, but those will be the ones. Those will be the ones. But I agree with you. I don't mess with occasion. I really don't like it. I had it once. I was like, oh man, and it wasn't even that good. And bro, the heartburn and like, bro, you'll be burping for like 3 weeks off that joint, man. Like it is just not it. It's just not it to me. I don't rock with it. And I like Cajun stuff, but for some reason at wing stuff, I don't like that one. It's just not for me. Congratulations on the deal. You and Dan are on the way to great things. Hey, Lakers 1973. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Yeah, we're gonna give it our all. We're gonna give it our all. We're excited when when PSF approached us and offered the 1-year deal. We really excited, and the fact that not only do we get the deal, but we got to work. Me and Dan get to work together. So that's the best part about it is we get to be co-hosts and doing the stuff that we already do. And they saw potential in us and they recruited us, and it's exciting. Me and Dan are super excited. It's cool the way how far we've kind of come with working together. And he already had a platform way before me. He had a huge platform way before me, and it was just really cool to be part of that and everything. And then doing my channel and all these other channels I've been around, and seeing what it's led to, and it's inspiring. So I'm excited. I can't wait to do it, and I can't hope. Like I said, make sure to pull up on Tuesday night, guys. PSF app. Come support us, please. We greatly appreciate it. I think we have potential to really grow out this app, and me and Dan potentially have some great opportunities on there. So, like I said, please get that app and pull up. Miss Angie B, hello, Empire Jeff TV's own Angie B. Appreciate you for pulling up. Thank you. Hope you had a good Sunday. And your team, wait, your team took an L, right? Didn't you guys play? No, wait. You guys played today. What? For some reason, it's like the Green Bay games. I watch a lot of Red Zone, so it's like I don't know if they're just never in the red zone a lot. But I know I think I saw when they scored that touchdown late. I saw that, and then they were going to other games. So, but how'd your team? I can't remember the top of my head if Green Bay won that game for some reason. I can't remember. What are your thoughts on Vlad TV? They call him the cop and the vulture. Yo, Kane, I'll tell you this right now, and I know people that have been on that show, multiple people that have been on that show. And I'll tell you, like, if you are anyone that has done, if you are anyone that has done any dirt in your life, if you are anyone that has done anything that could put you at risk, if you are anyone that you could be putting other people at risk with what don't go anywhere near Vlad TV. Just don't do it. Just don't do it. I'll say it again. Do not do it. Like, it is a trap. Everyone knows it's a trap. Vlad, when he was starting out with DJing and he kind of just got out of there. He was basically ran out of that, and then he just went out there and said basically, okay, the game turned on me, I'm gonna turn on the game, and he just setting people up, man. So like I said, the people I know that have gone on him, like, what are you doing? Like, just stay away from that. And I know a lot of people that have turned him down just for that. So yeah, stay away from Vlad TV, man. And if y'all don't know what I'm talking about, and if y'all don't know what Kane is talking about, probably a good thing, but stay away from it, man, because it's people are asking for trouble over there. Copy, got you. Can't burn your sources. Yeah, Dante, that's all it is. You know what I mean? Like that, to be honest with you, that's why your boy got I'm not someone I don't name job. I don't throw out there for any type of credit, like, or clout or anything like that. But I've been talking basketball with media heads, hoopers, former coaches, trainers, a lot of people who are like in the thick and thin of the NBA for a long time, man. And being in LA and going to as many summer leagues as I did before it was really popping, and early on in social media, when it first started, like I feel like there was a good couple of years where the social media wasn't just everyday people for the most part, like especially like Twitter. You would follow like you followed media people and stuff like that when the media people were first getting on there, and just back even to like the Kobe Shaq era of the Lakers. And I developed a lot of contacts and a lot of people in the media that were just regular beat guys or just regular people that worked at a paper and were just a no name at the time. And a lot of those guys have moved on to even the national stage and names that people know. And because I had that relationship with them early, and I never burned them, they continued to to keep their trust. And a lot of these dudes still have the same phone number, the same email address, the same correspondence that I used to hit them up with before, and they still respond to me. They still hit me up because I never burned them, and I never will. And so information is powerful. That some of the best information you get is the stuff you can't use, and it sucks, but it's also cool at the same time. But by not burning them and staying true and respecting the conversation you have, they'll flat out tell me like to me it's to the point where they don't got to really tell me off the record. I'll just be like, start talking and be like, okay, I got an idea here. I throw it at them and they usually tell me, okay, you're on to something, run with it. But the conversations that they tell me, I just never put it out there. Even if they don't say it's off the record, I don't put it out there because I form my own opinion. And a lot of the times the stuff that they tell me, I'm already kind of onto already. You know what I mean? So, but as long as you don't burn them, that's just a lesson. If you ever come across you ever come up with a plug or connect with someone that gets you information, like I know a lot of people who get information and they're so like it's more important to them for the world to know they have the information than to actually get the information. And they don't realize that they're burning the connect when they do that. So it's not about, you don't have to go show everyone you got this information because then you limit your access to the information, and information is power. So that's a lesson of the night. So, but yeah, I'll never burn those guys or girls or ladies, women, men. I'm not going to burn any of them. Rob P, thank you for pulling up. I appreciate you. All you got to know is Clippers going. Yeah, man. Like, you know what? Like that. I've been trying to tell you for the longest time, man. That Clipper Darryl curse is a real thing. The Clipper Darryl curse is a real thing. I think he's a Raider fan because that hits there too. Who else we got over here? See, Dung, I think you would wear a Boston Rondo jersey because Rondo was a Laker and won us a championship. I would rock a Boston Rondo jersey. Only Rondo my exception. Yeah, but Rondo almost also beat us in 2008. I'm a little salty from that 2008 team. But yeah, you do make a point there. You do make a point. That I might consider that. I might consider that. That's a good one. I overlooked that when I was talking about it before. If I ever wore a Celtic jersey, only Rondo because he won us a ring, and Ray because of that three and the Bron connection, and because he got game and all that. Nah, but yeah, I get what you mean. I get what you mean. Can't rock a Pooh Pierce jersey. Yeah, I don't think Pierce or KG. I don't think I could. I just don't think I could. Rick Foxman is a good one too. He played for Boston. That's true. I hate how we play at 4:30 on Tuesday. Yeah, that's a little rough. I got to sort that out because I was like, man, I thought it was going to be like a 5:30, but 4:30, that's super early. And yeah, that's going to be it's going to be early. So make sure to hit up that PSF app about 15 minutes prior to game. We go live. So about 4:15 Pacific Standard West Coast time, 7:15 to my East Coast folks over there. Pull up, check your boys out. PSF. Appreciate y'all, man. I prefer 7 p.m. games. Yeah, me too. Especially when I'm going to be calling these games. I don't know how many of these earlier games I'm going to do, like the 4:30, or when they playing on the East Coast. And I don't know. I will because I know there's people that subscribe to me and people that follow me and people that check in with me. They're on the East Coast. But my problem is just my schedule. Just makes it tough. LA traffic. It's hard to get back, to my home studio like by 4 p.m., 4:30. That's like the thick of rush hour traffic in LA. And I go through the heart of it. You know what I mean? So it's tough. It's just tough. Hey, big baby, thank you. I appreciate it. You have a good year as well, man. I appreciate you. And I know you will. Thank you. Good show. Hey, Flashing, thank you. I appreciate you. I really try to when I do my shows, man, I really try to embrace the chat, talk to the chat, offer some insight, talk hoops, answer their questions. There's shows where it's a lot like this, just back and forth with chat. There's times where I'll have the panel on, and there's times where it's just me just talking, and I'll go longer between responding to the chat. But tonight was gonna make it a chat night. I didn't know. I went on a little later today than usual. I didn't really know who was gonna pull up tonight, being it was late on a Sunday. But I'm thankful for everyone that pulled up today. Appreciate y'all. Yeah, man, big baby. Your Chargers, hey, my Giants ain't doing too much better, but the Chargers, man, it's just crazy. Chargers are crazy. The lemon pepper wings, I do the Rick Ross grunt when I'm meeting them. Huh? Yeah, for real. Those lemon peppers hit. And shout out to Wingstop. Wingstop low-key got the best ranch in the game, probably, man. Their ranch is fired. I love their fries. Some people be like half and half with it, but I love their fries. The Wingstop ranch is bananas, bro. So yeah, let me get that lemon pepper with that ranch and them fries. Woo, man, I'm getting hungry and I'm not even hungry. It's crazy. I remember when Lakers beat the Warriors, Dan, we were the I forgot about that. Yeah. Yeah, man. Dan went ballistic on the wings. That's right, Kate. I forgot about that. That was so fun. That was such a fun stream, man. We were into that, man. I was convinced we were gonna win the chip after that, man. I really, really was, man. Damn. But yeah, Dan went ballistic with the wing order, man. That's a fact. Shout out to you, Kate, for remembering that. Would you wear a Clipper jersey? I never wear it. Clippers don't go anywhere. Yeah, I never wear a Clippers jersey. I just would. I've clowned them too much. I made fun of them too much. I talked too much trash. I can't wear a Clippers jersey. Again, if I lost a bet and that was the terms and it's a bet that I really, really felt I was going to win, I would stand on that. I'd wear the jersey, but only because I lost a bet and because I'm a man of my word and I got to stand on that. But outside of that, nah, just nah. We suck. Green Bay took the L, huh? Yeah. Tell you, man, my job. You know what? Like, I've never been so happy to be 2-4 in my life. I did not want to go down 1-5. And yo, I don't know how many people watch the Giants, man, but Tyrod Taylor, man, he makes the Giants. We should have won that Bills game. We should have. I know it's an L, no more victories, yada yada. I get it, but we should have won that game. And then we won today. And Tyrod, like, the team seems inspired to play for him. Like, yo, they scored that touchdown with Waller, came back and got the INT, then got another touchdown. Like, I know they only scored 14 points, but they only gave up 7. So the defense seems more in tune. Like, it's just funny, these little things to switch up. And you got guys that want to play for you and they're fighting for you. I think Daniel Jones may have lost his spot, man. I really think so. Can't wait for y'all Supermax. That'd be dope, man. That'd be crazy. Next Sunday is my birthday. Hey, happy early birthday. I hope I'll be here live, man. Pull up, if if it's later at night, you pull up, well, wish you a happy birthday, but I appreciate you. Happy birthday in advance in case I don't see you or see you in the chat until then. Hey, DJ, shout out to you, man. Lakers in 5. Go make sure to go check out DJ, man. He got one of the best shows on YouTube, one of the best dudes on YouTube, comedy, aka 60 Cent over there, man. Be careful, man. He will bench press your entire family. Careful, that's a strong dude over there. Do not make him mad. He's like the Hulk, bro. Just don't piss off DJ. Credible content over there. Go give your boy a sub if you haven't already. Does just about every single live stream for every single Laker game. He does regular shows outside of that as well. Like I said, everyone knows who DJ is, man. He a legend over here. But if you don't, go check him out. That's my guy right there. Salute to you, DJ. Appreciate you. I know you mad excited for Tuesday, man. I know you excited, DJ. I ain't gonna lie. I know you excited, DJ. Showing another DJ here. Hi, are you Search's friend? Lakers in 5. Search is my moderator. I don't know. He's usually on. He's not on here tonight. Search is my guy, man. Search is a great dude. He holds it down. And yeah, from Lakers in 5 as well over there. See we have. Appreciate it. Yeah, make sure to sub to DJ. I'm gonna tell them, man. I'm trying to tell people, man, information is important, Dante. People really be like so eager to show the world that they got the information, but they don't realize when they're doing that, they're limiting their ability to get further information. Like when someone tells you something like that on a level that's big, like if you knew the things that came across like my screen, or someone told me in person or text me or call or on the phone, like I've heard some of the craziest stuff that never happened in the league that almost did, and bro, like I've heard some crazy stuff, and like some of it I can never put out because it would be directly obvious, like who leaked it. Like I can't, but there's some crazy stuff that goes on that doesn't bubble to the surface. And that's how I learned, and then knowing how the media uses and how teams and players and agents all use the media and all the ways that they do it, to the point where I already know I can look and pick up where the information is coming from. So I can tell you right now, like when you look at it, there's certain guys who rep for certain teams. So let's look at Woj and let's look at Shams, right? When you break it down, you can see where their information comes from. Woj is clearly in with some of the agents and the team executives, right? The teams, whereas Shams is in with the younger agents and the players. So when things start coming out and it's the same story and someone gets it first, it's because the player is telling Shams before the team has like started putting it out there. When it comes from Woj, it's leaking out, but sometimes before the player knows because it's coming from the team. So like when you start picking up and knowing where these guys get their information from, then you start knowing like, okay, which angle is this coming from? And that's how I know that the Boston Celtics absolutely wanted to fillet Ime Udoka, because they typically don't give Woj stuff like that to burn their own team. It's usually a player after they're gone, or they defend the Celtics or something like that. And then they just gave Woj the nuke and said, go nuke this dude so we don't got to pay him. And like you can start paying attention. If you start paying attention, you can pick up where that information is coming from and how they use it. Because they absolutely do. I'm on the East Coast, fell into my favor this time, but I'll never miss a season opener. Yeah, it did fall into your favor. So you 7:30 East Coast time, man. Dang, so you perfect over there, man. You get to get home, chill, get right, sit there, watch the game in a normal, like respectable hour versus like, the East coming in, like the Lakers playing at 7:30, really like 7:45, right? By the time the tip-off starts, that's 10:45 on the East Coast. Like that's the problem. Like, and a lot of these media people, a lot of these people come out here and talk on these other shows and talk basketball. Like these games are on like right when they're going to bed. They look at the box score, watch the highlights, and come talk these games, and you can spot those dudes a mile away. Media, YouTube, whatever. You can spot the dudes who actually watch the game. So a lot of these East Coast cats don't be watching the games like that, man. They really don't. see. Hey, Anson, appreciate you pulling up. Thank you for the support. I hope to see Rui's improvement somewhat mirror the same impact that Kuminga improvement has for Golden State. Yeah, I mean, that's a good comp there, Anson. That's a good comp. Like if Rui can assert and be that young talent, the energy and just continue to ascend right there, more threes, higher 3-point percentage, just more attacking. If he goes into more of attack mode, I think that's a good sign. Hey, Bloodhound, what's up with you, man? Thanks for pulling up. Appreciate you for the support once again. Your Pats won, man. I wanted to lose for taking purposes. Yeah, your Pats did win. The hoodie came out today, said, "Remember me," and got that dub. Shout out to Belichick, man. I was struggling. Like, I'm not a Pats fan, you know what I mean? But I was struggling seeing him just dragged in the mud like that. Y'all here was a Clipper employee that spread the Reeves and Taylor Swift rumor, and he was a Lakers fan. How you a Lakers fan working for the Clippers? Yeah, Dong, that's actually a true thing. That's actually a true thing. That's all I can say about that, but that's actually a true thing. And it's crazy. And yeah, that person is a Laker fan. That's just crazy. I would never wear a Celtic jersey. Idea, get graphic god to get Kobe for the Celtics draft practice. Boom, now you rep Celtic gear with a twist. Yeah, man, it is a twist, but oh my God, just imagining Kobe in a Celtic. Oh God, I think I just threw up in my mouth right there. Come on, Dante. Man, put that on a t-shirt. Oh man. Oh man, I don't even want. Oh man, I don't want to think about that. But hey, speaking of t-shirt, make sure to go check out Court King Shop, CourtKings.com. That fire gear over there. Court King's got some heat, man. We totally remixed that Tupac All Eyes on Me. Put Bron on the front of that, made it All Eyes on King. Classic remix, rematch, hash up of the classic 1996 double album of Pac. Tupac Shakur, man. Rest in peace, Pac. But yeah, man, I was rocking that shirt today, man. I had several people come up to me like, "Where'd you get that shirt, bro?" Like, man. Here, shopcourtkings.com. Got some orders off that. Just walking around took my puppy. And my wife wanted to take my puppy to this like dog, like, oh man, it's crazy, man, what they do with their dogs out here, man. But it was like a pumpkin patch, but there was pets there, right? Bro, when I tell you there was more dogs at this thing than kids, like it was crazy. You had to watch where you stepped everywhere. Literal shit show, man. Craziness. But anyways, I was out there, ran into a bunch of people that had I was rocking the All Eyes on King shirt from Court Kings. And it was, yo, would you get that? Would you get that? Shot the link, man. And everyone's rock with it, man. So go, if you haven't already, hit up shopcourtkings.com. We got some more giveaways coming, but there's some fire gear up there. Yeah, still some time to get a shirt for Halloween, man. Still, we got the Halloween collection up there. I believe if you order the next couple of days, you will still receive it by then. Probably going to take it down from the site by like Wednesday. Just I don't want people ordering after the fact and not getting it by Halloween. So you got a couple more days to get the Halloween collection over there. Once again, shopcourtkings.com. Go check that over there, man. It got some fire material over there. Trust me. Then I read this one here. NBA offseason 2021 more exciting than the flop season. I really thought we was getting Lakers versus Nets finals, bro. We got degrees of squad. Yeah, Kane. Yeah, man. 2021 is one of the 2021 was the bubble tax, man. Like if you think about it, like I've said this before, the Lakers, the Celtics, the Nuggets, and the Heat, all four teams that went to at least the conference finals in 2020 just were obliterated, man, in 2021. It just they played until October. The next season started on Christmas. Everyone was injured, man. The bubble tax was just a real thing in 2021. If AD does not get hurt in that series, I still believe the Lakers win back-to-back. And who knows what happens? The Russ trade never happens. A team like changes history. But unfortunately, things happen. It happens. The bubble happened. COVID happened. The season starting 2 months after it finished, it happened. The Lakers having too many miles, that happened. So you can't undo all that. It happened. So the bubble tax was a real thing. They've been kind of paying it ever since, and it kind of took them a couple of years to come up out of that funk. Pelinka went out there and made a trade he probably didn't want to do to appease his stars. Had to do some things to undo that trade and, kind of control, alt, delete it. And now, we're back in an area where we're going to be back contending for championships for years to come. So, that's where it is. Regular season starting soon. Yeah, Bloodhound, Tuesday night. If you haven't heard, PSF app, Pro Sports Fans. PSF.app is a website where you can go get information where to download the app in the Google Play Store or the App Store. PSF. Going to check it out. Me and Dan, the Laker fan, will be live streaming the game on the app Tuesday, 4:15 Pacific time, 7:15 East Coast time. They be having us wait too long for these games. They do, man. They do. It's crazy. They do. Last season, I was throwing trades to get Rui, Cam, and Prince all out of Pat Bev and K Nunn. Now we got all three of them for a big bags of Fritos. Yeah, man, chili cheese Fritos, boy. Like, yeah, man, I feel like Rob was in his bag, man. And shout out to Clutch Sports, man, for letting Rob be in his bag. They kind of went there and say, "Yo, Rob, you good?" He was like, "I got this, man." He's like, "All right, we're going on vacation, man, a real vacation. We're gonna get out of here, hold it down, get the people you want." Oh, can you, man, my man, Robbie P, Rob Father, look. Before we did, just before we did, man, come on, just can the Clutch favor? Can the Clutch favor this year? Can you just hook up Cam? Just he'll sit at the end of the bench. He won't be a problem. If we're at a hotel and one of the cleaning crew is missing a person, Cam can help the team make some beds. Don't worry, bro. He got you. Let's just take care of Cam, man. Cam, come on. Let's just sign Cam. Then we're out of here. We're gonna go to Europe. We'll be out of here. You sign Cam. We are out of your hair. Rob immediately gave him the contract. You're gone if I sign Cam to a minimum. Yeah, here, contract ready. See you, Clutch. Get overseas. Peace. I'm gonna hold you that though. Cam making some beds this year. So that's how it kind of all went down, right? So that is crazy. But shout out to Rob Pelinka, man. Incredible job this offseason. Incredible job. He's got to see what he does here. Darvin Ham definitely has some things he's got to clean up. D'Lo got some things he's got to clean up. Reeves got some things he got to clean up. But like I said, these are role players, and these role players do their job and get better at their job, and Bron just continues to be all just incredible odds of just defeating Father Time and does his thing. And AD, I really think AD is gonna have a season for the ages. I really think he's gonna dominate, and I think this might be AD's best season. I'm hoping. I'm praying. I've never seen him take the off season this serious. I've never seen him look like he's putting in this much work, and he just looks right. And if that's the version of AD we get, and Bron, I think that 39-year-old Bron may look younger than 38-year-old Bron, as crazy as that sounds. And I think the two of them are gonna have a special year for sure. Hey, Reg, what's up, my guy? Salute to Reggie there, man. Locker room. Make sure to go check out the locker room, man. I'm telling you, if y'all haven't already, locker room is a place to be. I watch that show every single night. Reggie puts in the work over there. He's a great host. He takes on the whole chat. It's a smoke show, man. You go in there talking mess. He'll invite you to pull up. You got to stand on yours. So, good dude over there. I just love his channel. It's always entertaining. It's always fun. He gets some wild dudes over there in the chat, man, and he's willing to take them all on. And, if there's no craziness or no trolls in the chat, then he can break down the game. He'll sit there. He'll talk about it. He'll go through all the ins and outs of the game. And just good dude over there, man. Good show. Like I said, I'm over there every night. Come say what up in the chat. Locker room. Make sure you go check him out. Thank you for pulling up, Reg. I appreciate it, man. I know you had your show tonight. I know you got other places you could be. So appreciate you tapping in, brother. Appreciate you. Hey, yo, you ain't have to call out Baldy Smith like that. Man, I didn't say that. I didn't say that, man. I didn't say that. But I didn't say that. I used to hate watching games like East Coast. I would always miss it. Yeah, like for real. Like I'm telling you, when I'm on the East Coast, man, it's a struggle. Like when I'm out there, I'm like, okay, and I got to be up like East Coast time, right? So if I'm out there and I got to be up at 7 a.m. that time, that's 4 p.m. At 4 a.m. my time, West Coast time, trying to adjust to that. And you're watching a game and bro, it's like halftime is like midnight. Like it's like midnight. You're trying to. It's halftime. Like I'll catch the second half. And a lot of these dudes don't even be catching the games like that, man. So it's like, but you could tell like the dudes who go live the next day, like kind of like you could tell that's box score and watching the videos. But those who go live after the game and talk about and break down the game, then they really watched it. So those are the type of people and the type of channels like the locker room. Like I said, those are the type of channels I like to watch because they actually watch the games and it just makes it a lot better. Hey, yeah, Bree, thank you. Like and subscribe, please. Once again, like I said, we're somewhat of a new channel still. We're still growing. The next goal is 500 subs. And, it's not too bad for fairly a new channel. We're still sitting here. We're at 416. So, like I said, if you haven't already and you haven't done so, please give your boy a sub, man. I'm trying to grow this channel out. And any little support you guys can do, whether it be a like, whether it be a sub, we greatly appreciate it. So, appreciate y'all. I remember when Mofos wanted to trade WB. Yeah, man. For Westbrook for Wall and Wood. Now Wall's out of the league and we got Wood for free. Yeah, we ended up with D'Lo. We ended up like I said, with we got D'Lo, we got Rui in a separate trade. We got Vando, like we got the vampire out the locker room, man. And like I said, shopcourtkings.com, the Halloween collection. We got Count Westbrook Count Westbrook, ladies and gentlemen, is a Halloween t-shirt. Got to order that joint by like Wednesday to make sure you get it by Halloween, though. Just saying. But yeah, I remember that, man. People were really, and they wanted us to give, hey, yo, Kane. They wanted us not only to do that trade, but they wanted us to give up a first round pick. First round pick. These dudes was on the craziest amount of angel dust, bro. That is just insane. They wanted a first round pick, and it feels weird to even say it, bro. It was just nuts, bro. Like, I don't know what these dudes were thinking of doing. That's just crazy. Cam Reddish either will contribute or be in Europe next year. Nah, man. Bloodhound. If Cam Reddish is out there making beds in the hotel for the team, he's gonna be on a team next year, man. Because that's a good soldier. You need a good soldier, man. You need a good soldier. But Cam, man. I'm pulling for Cam though. I would love to see him, but do well. But I knew from the get-go, oh, we got Cam Reddish. Who? Like Cam that, like Atlanta was like, nah. New York was like, nah. Portland was like, maybe, nah. You had a minimum. No, like, now maybe he had other minimum offers. I'm not going to assume that. Maybe he did have other minimum offers, but he chose LA. But people were really bugging, having high hopes for him. Like they really were. And like I said, I hope I'm wrong. Would it be incredible if this guy just like changes his narrative and takes off in LA? I don't see it happening. I don't think that's the case. But I'm not rooting against him. I don't want him to do wrong just so I'm right. You know what I mean? But what I'm saying is I just don't see it. Not to mention Wall is legit a way worse version of Westbrook. Yeah, man, you was basically trading like Crip Nipsey for Blood Nipsey. You know what I mean? You make that trade was just like, oh man. But Russ is a much better player than John Wall. And Russ, look, I know a lot of people one thing about Russ, I just want to say this real quick because Russ just did not fit on the Lakers. I mean, that's just what it was. Russ was a good dude, man. He did a lot of good things in this community, still does. He did good things in this community when he was in OKC. He did great things in OKC when he was in that community and still does. He did great thing in Houston when he was in that community and still does. He did great things in Washington when he was in that community and still does. So Russ is a really good dude, a good family man. He's done a lot of good for a lot of people that that were unfortunate, and that needs to be recognized. However, that absolutely needs to be recognized because Russ the person, Russ the man, Russ the father, Russ the philanthropist, like that is a real one. That is a real dude right there. I know that from firsthand experience. I know the programs he's done with. I know what he's done. I know the stuff that he's done that has not been publicized. And I'm telling you, Russ is a real one for that. Absolute. He just wasn't a fit on the Lakers. That's all it was. The stuff that was coming out from death threats, all this craziness and going at his family, that was wrong. Like people shouldn't have done that. Did Russ make things easy on himself at times? No. Did he say some wild stuff sometimes? Yeah. But he was frustrated. And when you're frustrated, things happen. But as far as Russ goes, like I said, he just wasn't a fit. He got to the Clippers, which is a better fit for him. And it's funny, everybody was saying like, it was a better fit, but the Lakers messed him up. He's so much better here. His stats were virtually identical on the Clippers, which was quote unquote the better fit, quote unquote better team, quote unquote better teammates, better situation. His numbers were pretty much identical. So pretty much what it tells you is Russ is Russ. You know what I mean? No matter where he was, that's kind of like some flowers for him because even though he wasn't a fit and even though the team was going through hell, like he still put up technically the same numbers that he did on a team where he was a better fit and then he got to the playoffs. So it's like Russ is Russ, and that's just what it is. And I think the way he played with the Clippers and the numbers he put up on the Clippers just solidified that, in my opinion. Reggie always sounds angry. Nah, man, because people be doing like, man, shout out to Reg, man. Like, one of the good things about having a small channel, like my channel hasn't gotten to a point yet. I've only had a couple trolls I've had to deal with, and trolls don't really bother me. Like, it just, I don't really take them serious. But Reg, what I like of Reg's approach is like, well, if you gonna come at me sideways or talk crazy, well, at least pull up and let's talk about it. Like, don't hide behind like an avatar, right? Like, pull up and let's talk about it. And some dudes just won't do it. But when they do pull up there, oh man, that's what makes that show. There is some craziness that goes on with some of those. When some of those dudes pull up and Reg just take on him or when he's just talking with the chat. Like, so I wouldn't say he's angry. I think it's just some of the people that he has to deal with can be annoying. You know what I mean? And it's like but his show is incredible, man. Like I love it. Like I said, I love all the trash talking. It's just crazy. I watched them roll. I watched them roll my cigar like worthy and go to work at 7 a.m. after a Lakers game. Kobe said, "You only need 4 hours of sleep." Though, yeah, Yeah, that's true, man. Yeah, it's tough being an East Coast Laker fan, man. And even for me, man, like being a West Coast Giants fan, like if I'm out late and I often like up late on Saturday. So like I'm usually there's times, man, I'm getting to bed at like 4:30 in the morning on Saturday, man. And then the Giants play at 10. And I'm like, oh man, really? I couldn't get a 1 p.m. game? Like, come on, man. But so I got kind of the opposite side of that. Or like when I really want to watch like baseball, like I got the baseball package too. I'm a really big baseball fan. And a lot of these baseball games starting at 4 o'clock or there's day games, and I'm trying to like, man, I want to watch these games. So I guess there's struggles both sides, but the East Coast, I think that's probably the biggest struggle though, for real. Shout out to Empire Jeff TV, always standing on business, unlike Mike Malone punk ass. Rob P, appreciate you, man. Yeah, that's true. I will always stand on business, man. That's how you got to be, man. You stand on business, leads to more business, man. I'm not a business man. I'm a business man. Appreciate you though. Man, epic. Okay, see, man. Man, Empire. OKC kept Isaiah Joe. Are there any players that waived who you'd want us to pick up for our G League team? Yeah, Angie, man, I was tight about that. We thought, man, we thought there was a chance, right? We thought there was a chance that OKC team was. But once I started kind of talking to a couple of people around that situation, they're just like, "You're crazy, bro. What the hell are you thinking? We're not getting rid of Isaiah Joe. What the hell are you thinking?" I was like, "Man, I just, I thought, nah. What are you thinking?" I'm like, "Well, man, got to be. I had an well, okay, man, damn, like shit. So it's not happening." And they just basically told me STFU, GTFOH, and kind of took their advice. So that's pretty much what it was. So apparently I was clinically insane to think that was a possibility, but I did. So take that for what it will. But yeah, I was hopeful, man. I would have loved to have him. But yeah, I mean, the reason I wanted him because he's a really good player, and OKC wasn't just gonna get rid of a really good player, especially for what he's making. In hindsight, I get it, but I just thought that maybe there would be some other things on that roster that there would be sacrifices. OKC is a team that they've got so many draft picks that they're running up into a situation where they have to let go of good players because you can only have 15 on a roster, and plus your G leagues and your two ways, right? So at some point, a player that is very good is going to become available, or they just trade him for another pick down the road. Is probably like what it would be. But sometimes teams look out for a player, and it's like if we're gonna let you go and like this and that, where do you want to go? We try to work out a trade or waive you. Sometimes that does have to happen too. So, but apparently I was, he stopped short of telling me I was like smoking large quantities of crack to think that was a possibility. So, yeah, damn it, I hope so. Sorry to mislead y'all, man. It was just something I believed, man. Me and Angie, we believed, we were hoping, man. We were hoping. Just didn't happen. Bro, Nuggets had the most boring championship of all time. Jokic was so bored. He was. Nobody really even got lit after winning. Shit pissed me off. Yeah, man. You know what's funny? He doesn't watch basketball. He doesn't watch basketball. Like nothing. He shows up to work. It's work. He shows up to work. But hey, when you're that good at your job, and and again, he's a foreigner. Basketball is not the top sport in his country. It was a way to feed the family. It was a way to become a legend. It was a way to, he went out there. He's milking the situation for what he can. He's an incredible player. He won his chip. He's won his MVPs. He got paid. But back to like when I was talking about Bynum, it's like maybe he doesn't really enjoy it as much. You know what I mean? Maybe he doesn't love it as much. But it's just crazy when a guy who doesn't look like he puts in any work, a guy that doesn't look like he puts in any time in the weight room, and he just shows up and slays. He just shows up and kills. And shout out to him, man, because that's kind of impressive, though, to be honest. Russ numbers on the Clippers were the same, but the diff was efficiency and less turnovers on the Clippers. Yeah, that's absolutely true. But that's because he was pressing too much and doing it. But like I said, I guess my point was he always lands in the same kind of area: scoring, rebounding, assists, like those type of things. Like shooting, like his shooting did get a little bit better, but I guess my point was he just always kind of lands in the same area. You know what I mean? And it's just Russ is Russ. I'd say the big difference is his contracts and the flexibility. You're not obligated to close with him. Also makes a huge difference. Yeah, that's absolutely true too. Like I said, the team that they got at the trade deadline, Russ would have been great with that team. He would have fit in really well with that team. The problem is 47 million. You had to break that up into smaller pieces. So that's what it was on the Clippers. So I 100% agree with you. He was a bad fit for what that roster was constructed to be at the time. Once they made that trade, Russ would have been fine on that Laker team, but you had to trade Russ to get that Laker team. So 100% 100%. I agree with you. Is YouTube / content creation your full-time job? No, Carlos, it is not. I do this just in my spare time for now. Hopefully it'd be great if this became a full-time job. My wife wouldn't have to work anymore. I'm pretty sure she'd love that. But no, it's not my full-time job. I really only started doing this really like in August, really, when you think about it, as far as my own channel. But maybe one day, but I don't know. As of right now, it is not my full-time job. It's just something I enjoy doing. I enjoy talking to the community. I enjoy talking with the chat. I enjoy going on other panels. I enjoy having panels. So we'll see what it becomes in the future. But right now, I'm just one dude talking ball, man. I hate teams that just stack picks instead of actually building something. Yeah, I don't like that as a long-term solution. But when you're a team, just hear me out on this though for a second. When you're a team like OKC who's not going to get a free agent, you're not going to get a top-tier free agent. It's just not going to happen. You have to wait till a superstar or a star becomes available that's locked in for 4 or 5 years, and you have a ton of assets to go get them. So I get the approach. That is someone who knows who they are and where they are. They're not going to sign anyone. You got to hope to draft someone and keep them for 7 years and keep them happy before they leave for someone else after they get their first major deal. So even if you draft someone like a top tier talent, you probably got 7 years with him before you're going to lose him. So your only way to build around someone like that, if you do land someone like that, is to be able to trade. So someone like a Jaylen Brown, for instance, who I think would be great on a team like OKC. If this doesn't work with Boston this year, they sign him to that huge deal. Maybe they don't want to pay it all. They start, buyer's remorse, maybe like a Blake Griffin situation with the Clippers. And OKC sitting there with all these picks and contracts that can make it work. And something like that can happen. You got them signed long-term, right? And you've got young talent around them. You got Shai, you got Giddey, you got Chet, and, who knows else they fill out around there. And now you got a legitimate solid player there. I'm just using Jaylen Brown as an example, but that's why you're gonna have to go get a guy like that. And if you got so many picks that you can overpay with picks where other teams in the league aren't going to do it, so other teams you've given up 4 picks, you can gut your entire draft future. Where if you're OKC, you give up 3-4 picks, I mean, whatever, we'll have those back in no time. So that's what I'm trying to say. So their approach has to be different because they are different. They're located somewhere else. It's not a team that's a free agent destination. You have to draft well and you have to trade well. And in order to trade well, you have to have picks. You can't build a team full of lotto picks, only one ball. No, I get what you mean. Jokic wasn't really hard. Works really hard at his craft and happens to be great at it. He was a 2nd-round pick, so he must have worked hard to get better. Well, I mean, I just, what it is with Joker? I don't know if it's necessarily the work or if it's just his basketball instincts. The way he passes the ball, the way he can control the floor, the way he does all that stuff, that's a lot of intelligence. So I don't really know how much he works on his game. You know what I mean? I know a lot of dudes that he has like that old man rec center game, right? A lot of those dudes don't work on their game. They just show up and they kill because they're just very simple with what they do. They're not breaking anyone's ankles. They're not doing anything. They're just steady and they're smarter than you. They'll get you off your feet. They'll get you leaning one way when they go another. And Joker just plays like one of the old heads in the rec center. And he just, NBA players haven't been able to figure him out yet. Jokic don't even like the NBA. It's wild to be as good as he is and not have any passion. Meanwhile, you got guy that live the game breaking off the side of the backboards. Yeah, I'm telling you. And one thing, Joker doesn't look like a guy that would rattle either. Doesn't look like he'd be scared of anything. Let me tell you that when you come from places like Serbia, Slovenia, Yugoslavia, like any of those places, you ain't scared of humans on a basketball court, bro. Let me tell you. If you ain't never met a Serbian in your life, let me tell you. If you ain't never met a Serb, and you do, and you come in the presence of a Serb, and then there's some conflict, just excuse you. Just excuse yourself. Just trust me. That's free advice. Absolute free advice. Excuse yourself expeditiously. Rapido. Trust me. Get out of there. MB to OKC at the trade deadline is my hot take. Yeah, Rob, I talked about that in a previous show. Philly would want Chet in that deal. And to be honest with you, I don't think OKC gives him up. I think OKC would rather have Chet at his age and a whole bright future ahead of him than a 30-year-old Embiid who's probably going to start declining and is off injured. I see the Knicks and Miami probably more in the cards for someone like Joel. That is a good take, though. That is a good take. But I think OKC's happy with their young core. And if they do it, I don't think they'd want someone older than 27 if they make a move. That's just my opinion. It could be absolutely wrong. But I talked about that before and then kind of talked myself out of that one. I think if Joel becomes available, I think it's like New York. I think it's Miami will try to get involved in there. I think there would be, a couple other teams, but OKC, I don't think that they would give up Chet for that. Do you think Miami could pull off a similar trade deadline move like the Lakers did last year? Maybe they can get Zach, Vooch, Siakam, or Bridges. Well, you know, that's a good question, Kane. My only thing is that I think Pat Riley has kind of damaged some relationships because he's always trying to rob somebody. Um, it's hard to do business like that, and it's hard to keep relationships that way. So the reason why Rob got deals done in the way he did is because Rob has a ton of relationships. Everyone did this whole false narrative about how no one wanted to work with Rob and everybody hated Rob. That was never true. Like a couple people said it, and again, people take other people's opinions and use them as their own because they're lazy. But that just never was the case. So Rob had just had a lot of relationships. Now Pat Riley knows a lot of people in the league. He's been in the league forever, but Pat Riley is so competitive, and he's kind of like he can be an asshole with people. So I'm not sure that Pat has those same relationships. And after the whole thing with Dame and did all that, and the way he a lot like execs don't like that. Execs don't like the teams that go after other players' stars like that. Like other teams kind of shine you out for a good year or two after you do that. So I don't know if you notice that. Like when you see a team that kind of for getting in a player's ear and kind of gets into the demand of trade strictly to that team, you probably lose like a good third to half the league of wanting to work with you because they resent it. Especially just about every small market team, you're going to lose for a good year or two. So that limits your ability to do business. So I think Miami's ability to do business has been somewhat limited. And so I think the Lakers situation was different, but they do have the Kyle Lowry contract. They do have Tyler Hero. They do have some picks. But it comes down to this. Like if you're say Philadelphia and or you're Chicago and you're moving Zach or Vuk and Toronto for Siakam or Bridges, I'm assuming you're saying Mikal Bridges, which I don't think Brooklyn would do. Miami would just get trumped by almost every other team in the league with a better offer. So I don't see how the Lakers had expiring contract that was big. Okay. They had valuable picks and they had relationships with other teams. So Pat Riley, like, I don't know if he has that this year. I just don't. And the thing is, the Lakers weren't going after like players like really like that. And Zach has got a lot of money left on his time. Zook just signed a 3-year deal. Toronto's going to want to fleece someone for Siakam, and I don't think Bridges gets moved. But to answer your question, I think Miami might be in trouble relationship wise throughout the league. Ella with the clock ticking down don't mean anything to a Serbian. No, bro, I'm trying to tell you. I'm just telling you, don't mess with the Serbs, bro. I'm telling you right now. I've seen some stuff in my life, bro. I wish Bam would take more threes. In my opinion, his offensive potential is underutilized. He's starting to shoot middies, but he definitely needs to shoot more. No, I agree with you. I think they want like Bam to be like this defensive guy that could be midi around the post area and not expand his game. I think that's definitely short-sighted on their side for sure. Jokic brothers have seen things. Oh, the Joker, yeah. I'm just trying. I'm telling you, bro. Like I've anyone from those war-rattled like countries, like those dudes, like those dudes are just different, man. You can do nothing to them. You could do nothing to them that would fear them, hurt them. Like and you could hit them in the head with a bat, and if they're still able to see and know what's going on, they're coming to kill you. Like you can't stop them. Hot take: Jimmy Bam or a B version of Bron AD, very similar to an extent. Well, similar that one's a forward and one's a big. They're similar that they're both NBA players. They're similar that they both played in the NBA Finals, but Bron clears Jimmy and AD clears Bam. But if you're saying a B version, okay, I would say B minus C plus, but I'm okay with a B version. But a B version, Bron and AD ain't gonna be enough to get nothing done. I think we can agree on that. Watch them Serbs. You saw what happened to yeah, man. Yeah, and and the funny thing is, Dante, they probably they probably even tuned that down a bit. They probably tuned that down. They had these dudes pulling up in like Escalades and all this. Yeah, no. Serbs are Serbs will destroy an entire block to get one person. Like they will. They don't care. Like they just don't care. They don't care. Flashing. You're absolutely right. Absolutely right. Exciting year for sure. Hepatitis. See you later. Hey, thank you for pulling up. I appreciate you. Appreciate you. And yeah, Pat Riley. I believe he may be entering an obsolete era. So yo, did y'all hear this? Did y'all remember that the Heat had a trade lined up to send Kyle Lowry to the Clippers at the trade deadline? But they couldn't make the deal because they couldn't get a hold of Pat Riley because he fell asleep. He was taking a nap. Taking a nap at the trade deadline. I can't, man. I can't. Most I see Miami doing is going after Harden since the suitors for him are limited. They can sneak in and need shot creation. Yeah, I've said that too. I agree with you. But just is he a Heat guy? Like this Heat culture has this weird like as a thing, and Harden is just so opposite of it. But they might be desperate. You're right. You're spot on with that. They might be desperate and have to do something. And that might be able to get it done. The only problem is, again, it comes down to does Philly want anything that they have that can help Philly win this year? It would have to be a 3-team deal. So, is Kyle Lowry gonna, help Philly win this year? Is Tyler Hero gonna replace James Harden's production? I don't know. And that's why they haven't made the deal with the Clippers, is because there's really no one coming from the Clippers side that can impact really winning. That's why I continue to think I think the best trade out there for Harden once the season starts, and if it doesn't work out in Golden State, is CP3. Just because it can happen now. It doesn't have to wait till December or January. You don't have to wait to frustrate Joel Embiid and start your season like 4-7 or like 6-14 or whatever. Why James Harden is sitting, and you're waiting until December 15th for the first available move you can really make of salary value that can get you a player back that matches his salary and maybe within the realm of his production. So I understand that like CP is not who he once was, but I think he could play well with Joel. And if you get him over there, I think he can play good enough for a while, and you can move him again. So you can move him. You can fill that gap between now and December or January, and where you can then move his expiring contract and maybe get someone that could work for you. So that's just the only really deal they can do right now. Like they can bring them back a player that's an expiring deal that's something that could happen. But outside of that, I don't really know what they can do right now until December or January. Seen things, them boys done things. Yeah, I'm telling you, man. Serbs are nuts, bro. Harden on the Heat would be a disaster. He get waived in a day. Too many strip clubs in Miami. Their practices are crazy, bro. Like they put their players through hell, like absolute hell. Like they take pride in making their players throw up. Like how crazy is that? Like they got a stat, like they put it in a little like spreadsheet in one of the cells, and it's like how many people threw up in practice today? How many people threw up? Like they literally track that, and if they didn't get enough people throwing up, then it's like you didn't push them as hard as you should have. Pat Riley would ban Harden from every strip club in Miami. Yeah, man. Like I said, it's not an ideal fit for how the Miami Heat carry themselves. It's just not. Doesn't mean it wouldn't happen. It's just not an ideal fit. Like I said, the Heat and the two. I think the two most desperate teams right now are the Heat and the Clippers. Those are the two teams that really have to do something because they haven't really done anything all off season. And the Heat maybe be even worse because the Dame thing blew up in their face. Dame went to the Bucks. Holiday went to the Celtics, and you lost Strus. You lost Vincent, and haven't really replaced. They added Thomas Bryant, but like I said, we saw how that goes. Do you think Kyrie would fit the Heat culture wise? I'm unsure. Ideally, he'd be everything Jimmy would need, but I fear he'd get annoyed. Yeah, and I think there's a chance, like I've said this too, I think there's a chance that Kyrie may be moved this year. If him and Luka don't work again, Kyrie's contract is movable. He took less than the max. I think teams are more open to taking him now on that shorter term deal. 3rd year as a team is a player option, lower money. I think you could move him. But I don't think that happens till like probably closer to the trade deadline because they want to see if they can make it work. But yeah, Miami would absolutely have interest in him. But again, like you're trading for Kyrie Irving. Is Dallas going to want Kyle Lowry or Tyler Hero and a pick 4 years from now? Does that convince Luka to stay? If you're moving Kyrie, I think it's for someone like a Karl Anthony Towns or something like that. Someone that can play with Luka, another all-star caliber player that you could try. But I think if they move Kyrie, I think they need to move it for a big. I think if they moved Kyrie to Miami, I think Dallas would want Bam. You know what I mean? That would be the deal that they would look for. Harden sucks. I hate players like him. Yeah, Kobe flat out said his style can't win championships, and he's right. Harden just has just a weird game. He could score It could be fun at times, but it's just nah. He's just not a guy I enjoy watching, to be honest. You're getting paid to be a pro. Yeah, no, you're right. Absolutely. And he just weird, bro. In your eyes, why can't two guys as talented as Luca and Kyrie can't work? Can't they both shoot the ball? It's not like Bron and a Russell Westbrook situation. Yeah, but the problem is they both need the ball in their hands a lot to be effective. And when they don't have the ball in their hands, they're not as effective. And it's the reason why Jalen Brunson left. Jalen Brunson didn't leave necessarily because Dallas didn't want to pay him. Jalen Brunson, like I was tweeting like 6 months before free agency. I was like, Dallas, enjoy Brunson while you have him because he is gone. It's not that he doesn't like Dallas. It's not that Dallas is not going to pay him, and it's not that he doesn't like Luca. It's that the man just wants his own team. He wants to be a point guard on his own team. Doesn't necessarily want to have his own team as far as being the best player on the team, but he wants to have the ball in his hands. Like he wants to be able to do his thing and not just come off the bench and have the ball in his hands when it's like non-Luca moments and then have to wait till Luca finally is willing to give up the ball to do something. So I knew Jalen was out of there. It just made sense. And then, so it just players like Kyrie are going to struggle with Luca because Luca needs the ball so much. That's what I'm saying. Like a player like Cat, a player like Bam, like a guy like that, you need someone like that to play. Like Porzingis was ideal. It just couldn't stay healthy. You know what I mean? But it's like those are the type of players you would need to play with Luca. Another ball dominant guard is going to be real tough to play with Luca and get success with. Did you see Kenya Martin say Kyrie's better than Luca? These old head takes me on some BS. Yeah, that's just there's some reasoning behind that. Like I said, if you read between the lines, you can see why he's saying that. Some of these players don't like to give certain type of players their props, kind of like what Austin Reeves is going through. But yeah, that's on something other than basketball. Both don't play D. And that's another thing. Thank you. That's another thing. Neither one of them. Kyrie is better at defense than Luca, and that's saying a lot because Kyrie's not great. I think Kyrie has the ability to play defense. He just really doesn't. Kind of like, what the narrative on Christian Wood is. Christian Wood can play defense when he wants to. He just was focused on offense for so long, trying to get paid, right? Where Kyrie, he uses so much energy on offense, kind of like when Harden got to Houston. Harden played better defense when he was in OKC because his usage rate on offense was lower, so he had more energy to consume on defense. Then he gets to Houston. He's jacking up all these shots. He's doing his thing, and his level of defense dropped significantly. And Kyrie is one of those guys who has the skill to be able to play defense, but he focuses on offense. And unfortunately, it's funny because with Kobe being his guy and being his favorite player, you would think that he would have a little bit more passion for playing defense, but he just doesn't. Wonder if Miami traded for Cat. It would take Bam to do it, so I don't think so. Look, Minnesota's not just going to give him away. They're going to want an all-star caliber player in return. So you're going to have to give up Bam to get that deal done. They're not taking Kyle Lowry or Hero for Cat. Like that's not going to happen. You're going to have to give up Bam. So I don't think Miami does that for Cat. I think Cat could potentially end up on the Knicks, and I think the Knicks have a chance to get both Cat and Donovan Mitchell via trade. Rarely easy. Like if those become absolutely available and those other teams want picks and contracts that match up. But you could the Knicks could trump could overtake Miami's offer in a second for Cat. I don't think they could necessarily offer someone better than Kyrie, but I don't know how much Minnesota would want Kyrie. I think that would be the type of player of star level they would want back for someone like Cat. But when you're talking for Cat, I think the Knicks are a legit possibility. And they've got the picks and the salaries to make moves for both Cat and Spider Mitchell. And I think there's more than a could get that deal done. That's something that very well might happen. Very well might happen. It'll be very interesting to see where Cat ends up. I'm not sure he finishes the season. Look, I think there's a lot of teams that can do some that can do some movement this season. You got the new CBA kicking in already, which is already in place. But the real meat of that deal, the real teeth of it that punishes teams, is next summer. And when that goes into place, as a result of that, the teams that are out of it and really not, wanting to deal with any of those taxes and want to reset their rosters, teams like the Knicks are going to be in good position because they've got salaries to get out those other teams from it, and they've got picks. So I think there could be some really big deals happening between anytime the window would be December 15th and I think like around February like 9th, something around there, whatever the trade deadline is. That 2 month window is going to be key, and there could be some really huge deals that come out of that time, like legit come out of that time. Cat too soft for Miami. Yeah, there's that too. Cat is definitely soft. That's a fact. Jeff is great knowledge. Thank you, Search, for recommending me if you watch the replays. Yeah, no, Flashing. Thank you so much. And yeah, Search is my guy. He must be busy tonight. So but thank you. I definitely appreciate that. I've been watching the game, covering the game, analyzing the game for a long, long time. I take a lot of pride in talking basketball. I don't just throw out stuff to say it. I don't just be talking, like I really, what I say is what I truly believe. I do my homework. I watch a ton of games. I'm a league pass addict. I've had league pass as far back as I can remember. I don't just use data. I don't just use eye test. I don't just use hearsay. Like I use everything. I study the game. I analyze the game from every metric and every aspect. And I love talking ball. So I appreciate you for the compliment. Thank you so much. How good a shooter was Kobe? Shooter, Kobe was a scorer who could shoot. Wasn't a shooter that could score. But when he got hot, when he was seeing red, man, you could take him up there against anyone. There was times where he would just be where he was shooting, and there's nothing that no one could do with him. Like when he was seeing red. Obviously, not a shooter like Steph or Ray or anything like that from three, but his mid range, oh my god, man! And shooting, technically anything outside of the paint, outside of a jump hook, that you're taking a jump shot, even if it's 10 feet, 8 feet. You know what I mean? Like Kobe's shooting ability was incredible, absolutely incredible. And it's why he was able to get to the rim. It wasn't just because of his crossover or his handles or his footwork, which were all huge parts of it. It was a threat of the pull up and the threat of the shot. People would not just give Kobe a jumper. Like they just wouldn't do it. You know what I mean? Kobe was a lethal shooter. Now his percentages weren't to the areas because he was in an era where efficiency and percentages didn't matter as much as they do now. And if they did back then, he would have found a way around that. But his shooting ability, like was incredible. Incredible. Like I'm telling you, I've seen him playing games where I just felt like he just wasn't gonna miss. Like his shooting was right there, man. I get yeah, there you go. Exactly. Like he was a scorer or a shooter, shot maker. Yeah. But for a non-shooter, um, he could scare the hell out of people with his shot. Like I'm telling you, because no matter where he was on the floor, if it went up, you just assumed it was going in. Yeah, man. Like, what's funny, man? Like every Sunday, every single Sunday, I always think of Kobe and I always think of Nipsey. Like every Sunday, it's just in my head, like in my heart, like I feel it, And it's like quick. So like the day Kobe passed, I live not too far away from Burbank, California, and when they were getting lost in the helicopter, they basically flew above like Burbank Airport and asked them land. They got denied basically, and they basically told them to get low, follow the freeway to your path, and you go there, right? So around where I live, I'm right off of the freeway. I'm right off of the 5 freeway, which is where Burbank Airport is. And you'll hear the helicopters on like the days where the fog is heavy or the marine layer is heavy. It doesn't rain too often here, but marine layer and fog in the earlier mornings, it happens, it happens more than you think. And I just remember like that day, I remember my wife saying it must be foggy outside because the helicopters are really low. And like he flew over my house, like literally, like we heard it. Like we didn't know it was him, obviously. Didn't know it was him, but they were hovering for a bit. Like we heard the helicopter, the whole neighborhood around here did. And we all put it together later, like, oh damn. But like we heard it. And it's just, man. So like every Sunday, like I said, we lost Nipsey on a Sunday, we lost Kobe on a Sunday. So every Sunday, I always bump Nipsey on Sunday, and I watch Kobe highlights every Sunday. And I do it, obviously other days too, but Sundays are like always the days I kind of reflect on them because both of those were major losses for the city, and miss both those guys heavily, for real, just for real. I never liked the Dennis fit either. Either Steven, he came up big at times, but he was a poor fit. He couldn't shoot well off the catch and didn't play make it. Ham prioritized him, and it pissed me off. Yeah, Kane, it's just like I talked about relationships, and Darvin Ham just trusted Shooter from his Atlanta days, and he had a relationship with him and trusted him, and he was his guy. And I get like Dennis wasn't never really a great fit. But he played hard. He put his effort. And yeah, it just wasn't a great fit. That's why they didn't re-sign him. Like they could have got him for the same money they got Gabe, but they chose Gabe thinking he'd be a better fit. They could have kept Dennis if they wanted to, but they chose Gabe. So I think they felt the same way, realized that, and thought that as well. Ahmad, yeah, man, appreciate you pulling up. Thank you for the support. But yeah, RIP to Kobe, man, for sure. But yeah, man, that day was crazy. I'm telling you. Like when we hear that it happened and we flash back on the helicopter and we heard it, and it was just that was one of the rough. For there's been some dudes there's people you lose, and there's just a few in your life that you lose. That people that you never met, didn't know, weren't a friend of yours, didn't nothing. But when you lose them, you felt like a part of you left, like you lost a family member. You felt like you lost like a dear friend, like someone you came up with a day one. And like Kobe was absolutely one of those. So Kobe's death, Nipsey's death, when Pac died, man. When Pac died out, man, that was just, I'll never forget that day, man. That was just crazy, man. But like with those things, there's obviously like celebrities dying is sad, but you don't always get that type of feeling like when you lose a Kobe, right? And so that's something that I just we'll feel that for the rest of our lives. It's never anything that we're gonna get over or forget. Like it's just not. It was just too tragic. It was too traumatic. It was too soon. And the Gigi thing just makes it, Gigi being with him just makes it just even more intolerable and unbearable and really too hard. Like sometimes I sit back and I like real talk. Like I struggle even looking like at Vanessa Bryant's like IG. Like I struggle looking at her posts because I'm wondering like how we struggle living with it. How could she? Not only did she lose Kobe, but she lost her daughter. Like how could she deal with that? You know what I mean? Like, I struggle even just looking at her IG, like to me, because I feel so bad for her. And there's nothing I could personally do, right? There's nothing I could give her or do for her to help with her pain, right? So when that happens and I see people like that, there's nothing I could do for them. Like when I know someone and we've lost someone collectively, and you could be there for them, you could support, you could help. But like on her side, there's like nothing any of us could really do, right? And that's what makes it hard. And I struggle with that. So it's hard for me to even look at her like socials because I feel so bad for them, man. And it's tough. So but yeah, but on that note, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up for the night. Appreciate y'all tuning in me for as long as you did. On a Sunday night, I did come on a little bit late. Saw some new people in here tonight, so I appreciate y'all. Hope you like what you heard, and hope you come back more often. Go ahead and shoot me, shoot your boy a sub. Like the video if you haven't done so already. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. And once again, make sure the TSF app. True. I'm sorry. The TS. Let me throw this up here on the screen. Give me 1 second here. Where we at? Right here. The Pro Sports Fan, PSF, Pro Sports Fans app. It's psf.app is the website. You can get that on the app stores. Download that app. Dan, the Laker fan, and I will be going live calling the Los Angeles Lakers versus Denver Nuggets game this Tuesday, 4:15 Pacific, 7:15 Eastern. Once again, the PSF app. It's a startup. It's a new one. Dan and I both signed a 1-year deal with them, with the team over there. We'll be doing 7 games a month, at least 1 show a week. That's not related to a live game. And go in and tune in. Support your boys over there. And can't wait to see you guys over there. But as far as here at Empire Jeff TV, I appreciate you. Like I said, if you haven't already, please please subscribe. You can be anywhere in the world, but you're here with me, and I appreciate that. So I thank y'all, and I will catch you guys. On the next one. I'll probably be on here sometime tomorrow night, and we'll be there. And I see you, Chris, man, my graphic god brother. Appreciate you. I got your text. I just been rocking here on the live, so I haven't had a chance to respond yet, but I got you in a bit. So appreciate you pulling up, brother. I appreciate everyone here, and I will catch you guys probably tomorrow. Y'all stay safe.